All right, today in computer science, we covered, again, list sorting, dictionaries and dictionary methods. List sorting does not return a new list, does not return anything. It actually just does in-place sorting or modification. Sorted does return a list, it's a new list. Key argument to perform a function on the elements before comparison or for comparison, and then reverse as another argument for both of those functions. Dictionaries. I think really all we talked about was the dictionary methods, which are .clear, get, clear, get, pop, clear, get, pop. What was the fourth? Well, I'm forgetting it. Also, I missed two questions, but everyone missed them in the whole class. First, basically when something, first of all, sort does not return something. That was kind of a little tricky question in there. It was focusing on one concept, but it was really focusing on that. And then the other one had to do with basically what is output, and even though a runtime error occurs, things before the runtime error still output. They still output. So everything after the runtime error doesn't output. Everything before the runtime error does output. All right. Get, pop, clear. What am I forgetting? What else could you do with a dictionary? Del, but that's not really what it is. Update. Update will basically combine two dictionaries. Key in dictionary to check if a key is in the dictionary, true or false, the membership operator. And then also, when you create a copy of a list and you assign it to a variable, it's called a shallow copy. And I think it's called a shallow copy because it uses less memory than if you did something like a for loop where you rewrote all the elements into the new element or new list. So shallow copy, just a term. Anyway, that's it for right now. Also, one more thing. Void function. That's a function that doesn't return anything. I forgot what the term was, but it's void function. That's it for now. I'll talk to you later today. Welcome back to computer science. Yesterday, we learned about list sorting, dictionaries, dictionary methods. List sorting. Sort is a list method. Sorts in ascending order. It does not return a new list. It does not return anything. It's a void function. Sorted is very similar, but it does return a list. It returns a new list, a copy of a new list. Both of them can take key arguments in which function is applied to the elements before or for comparison, I should say. They also take another argument known as reverse argument. And if reverse is set to true, then it will sort in descending order. Okay. Key can be any function. Reverse can be true or false. Dictionaries, so they're a container. They maintain order. They contain key value pairs. They are a dict object. use del space dict, and then within brackets the key to delete a specific key. You can say key in dict to find if a key is in the dictionary or not. And then for dictionary methods, clear, get, pop, update. Update will take, it's basically dictionary 1 dot update dictionary 2. They'll combine the two dictionaries. If there's any overlapping or keys that show up in both, the key from dictionary 2 will stay. Get will take two arguments, key and default. If key is found, it will return a value. If key is not found, it will return default. Same with pop. Pop key default. If key is found, it will remove that key from the dictionary and return it. If it's not found, default will be returned. Clear clears the dictionary. And yeah, that sounds like pretty much everything. Okay. Okay, sorting list. Sort, list method. Sorts elements from small to large. Good. Modifies the existing list. Good. Sorted. List function. Good. And performs the same function as sort, but returns a new list. Good. Key argument. Optional argument for both sort and sorted. Specifies a function to be performed on elements for comparison's sake. Doesn't actually change the element though. Example, you don't include the parentheses at the end as well. So str.lower without the parentheses, str.upper, str.capitalize. You can also use any function. Key equals function is how you use it or call it. Reverse argument. Reverse equals true. We'll sort from largest to smallest, essentially in descending order. Optional argument for a sort of good. Dictionaries. Dict type, good. Key value pairs, good. Container. Ways to create a dict. Using braces, curly braces, dictionary comprehension, and then the dict. Dict function, built-in function around key value pairs or a list of two element tuples. Key arguments, keyword arguments. Key equals value. Okay. Ways to check if a certain key is within a dictionary. Key in my dict. All right. Dictionary methods. MyDict.clear removes all items from the dictionary. My dictionary get key default returns value if of key. Oh, returns value of key? Yeah, okay. Returns value of key. If key isn't in dictionary, returns default. My dictionary 1.update, my dictionary 2 merges dictionary 1 and dictionary 2 entries are overwritten in dictionary 1 if same key exists. In dictionary 2, I just remembered something else. If you essentially remove things from a dictionary and other variables are pointing or referencing that element, that key or value or entry, they will also be altered by deleting something or removing something. But if you say pop a key, you remove a key, the variables that are referencing specific entries, specific values will still be there, just the keys will be removed, potentially. Okay. My dictionary.pop key value removes and returns key. If key isn't in my dictionary, returns default. Modification of an entry in a dictionary will also alter any other variables that reference that specific entry. Yeah, maybe. Depends, I guess. Removing a key doesn't get rid of shared reference to the value, only the key. Okay. Oh my gosh. Just woke up from a nap before that. That's why I'm like waking up. All right, that's lecture 25. I'm going to jump into, actually, there is no lecture 26. It's Thanksgiving break, I believe, but we'll have to check to make sure. Otherwise, we'll be doing the programs that are going to be due. So I'll be back to recall what I learned a little bit. All right, good progress made on the programs for this week. Yeah, we made a program that takes a list. We made a function that takes a list and basically returns or removes odd numbers from the list. And so I did this using a list comprehension. We took another list that basically takes a string input of numbers with spaces between them, turns it into a list, turns each element into a float, and then divides each element by the largest element. So each float gets divided by the largest float, and then each element gets outputted with two numbers after the decimal. And then the third program I was working on, this was going to be another list comprehension one. Yeah, it takes in a character and it takes in a string of words separated by a space, takes those words, splits them into each element, each word being its own element in a list, and then it checks each word if the character is in each of the words, and the word that contains the character will be output. So I'll maybe be back later today for another session or an abbreviated session, but that's it for now, at least. Talk to you later.